A storm rages around this facility as the crew of the DSS-1 hunkers for the evening. The black sky is illuminated every few seconds by a magnificent crack of purple electrical energy. Sand whips around the surface of the planet at a speed that could shave the skin off a poor soul trapped outside. The pack of a dozen Gauzeks that gather on the ridge overlooking the facility are not poor souls. This storm is a perfect hunting ground for these apex killers. The pack leader's orb eyes narrow through the sand and the storm, and watch figures moving inside the now lit facility. It has been a long time since this building has held prey, but tonight, the pack will feast. Inside, Rune sits at a desk inspecting the vials of chilled alien blood from the storage locker. She is running these samples through a series of tests to determine their origin, comparing them to samples provided by the crew in the ship's database. The Imperial scientist Lorena passes by the lab door with a large scrub brush draped across her shoulder like a rifle. She's on her way to the shower, or whatever passes for a shower on a strange alien planet. Rune looks up from her work briefly as the lithe scientist passes by, blushes, and returns to the blood sample in her hand. Samson is in the hangar with a torch gripped in his teeth as he fumbles with the door release for this out-of-service ornithopter. If he can get it working, his crew will have a way off this planet. Yu Huan has separated themselves from the others and has stolen away to the hatch leading to the roof of the facility. They take one last suspicious glance behind them to make sure no one is watching and heads up the hatch. So who would like to start?
Okay, so I was looking for how to deal with this blood disease, right?
I think so. I mean, you were more kind of just curious about the samples in the lab and wanted to look at them.
Yeah.
Hadn't really occurred to Rune yet that this could be a potential cure for a disease, but
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just checking out all these blood samples and checking out all this science-y gizmo, whatever. I'm probably kind of looking at all the samples and reading the information that there might be included in each sample or whatever, and then referring to some medical textbook off to the side.
Okay, so I'll give you a choice for moves.
Okay.
You can either use information as power and use a data.
Okay.
Or you could go for unearth forgotten lore, because there's a couple of options in there that would be.
Let me take a look.
We have 5 data, just so you know.
We do have 5 data. So yeah, let me scroll down. I just want to decide which one I think would be more interesting. Yeah, I want to do information as power. I didn't really like any of the questions in Unearth Forgotten Lore.
Fair. So it says, when your character draws on your family's research and spends a point of data, reveal a secret they discovered about your target and get fleeting advantage exploiting it. So I feel like, number one question, what is the target that you're focusing on, Rune?
I think my main interest at this point, because I'm already probably getting a fledgling of an idea of my whole Phoenix chip host body thing, reanimating corpses nonsense, my Frankenstein goal. I'm getting a fleeting, awareness of that. So I'm probably trying to see how close, Imperials are to humans medically.
So I guess I will say, the big thing, they are very close.
Right.
There is stuff present in Imperial blood that, foreign bacterias and other things that would come about naturally from being exposed to different biomes for a long period of time. And so because of that, they have adapted, or their blood has adapted to those specific circumstances more than yours, where you have different, they're mutated in different ways because of their environment, but their core, at least like mechanical functions, are basically the same. I will also say, because you're investigating like all of the blood, not just Imperial blood in this case, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. There is a vial which you can't determine its origin because you don't, you've never seen it before, and you don't have anything to compare it to, outside of like your and Imperial blood. Like you're like, it's not one of these, it's a third thing. This blood has a like extremely fast regenerative property. Like it is the blood cell count in this vial is like extremely high when you first pull it out, and like running tests on it and stuff, exposing it to elements and things, cells will die off and then like regrow extremely quickly. So whatever is in this blood is like very, very like rapidly reproducing.
Okay, I am gonna... You know what? I'm gonna go ask... Oh my god. Lorena? That's her name, right?
Yes.
Okay, I am gonna go ask her, like, about it. Like, well, what is this? What's going on here? Like, gonna see if she knows anything. She might not.
I love that. So, you're kind of just like one-track mind, thinking about this problem, thinking about this blood. You've got the vial in your hand, and you walk into this chamber that Lorena has now called the shower like 4 times. And she is not clothed. Yeah, she is not clothed. Her clothes are hanging from like some sort of like clip system on the wall. And it's very loud in here. Like there's like sonic vibrations that are just like shooting all around this chamber. And you notice as you enter, like the dirt and stuff that's on you just starts to like kind of shake away, and it's like in the air vibrating away from you.
First of all, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Good on you for coming up with that. Sonic shower.
Not an original concept, but anyway.
Oh, okay.
Thanks. I'm not that smart.
Credit
I stole
Gavin
it, obviously.
Kidder.
Yeah. No one ever has thought of this before. But yeah, she's got like a loofah, and she's just like scrubbing her back to get like the tough stuff that's just kind of like smoking away from her. But she is very naked.
So I'm just gonna be like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. And I'm just gonna like start babbling and like sort of trying to explain why I came in here. But not like really. Just mostly like babbling incoherently. She obviously can't hear me.
Yeah, she just like points at her ears and then like points at a spare brush on like the wall, and just like motions like, you can come in.
Right.
If you're gonna shower, go ahead.
Right. So I'm just gonna like wave my hands and I'm like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, and like run out the door.
Okay, cool. She shrugs and continues her.
Yeah,
her
she's like not paying any fucking attention to me. It's great.
Or more specifically, just doesn't understand why you reacted the way you reacted.
Yeah.
So after that embarrassing situation, what does Rune do?
I am probably gonna go find Samson and just, be like, look at this interesting thing I found.
Okay.
And be like, do you think, Android would be able to suss out why this blood is so weird? Regenerating so quickly.
So you are inspecting this ornithopter. You're not a mechanic, but you've got some experience with flying vessels, small aircraft and the like. So you're like, I could probably fix it. And you've got a torch between your teeth, and you're just like trying to get the door to open. Even it's like I can't even start working on this until I can get the fucking door open. So Samson's not sleeping tonight.
Yeah. So I'm doors on the side. Yeah.
Yeah. It's the panel is on the side. It is kind of like a back. So like it's like a ramp that
got it,
flattens down onto the ground when people want to come out.
Yep.
But yeah, there's like extra seating, but in the back there.
Okay.
So you're trying to get that open.
Got it. Okay. Well, I am just tinkering away with this whatever tools I can find around, trying to see if I can get this door to open. Is there any I guess the first thing that I'm going to do is look around for a power supply. It might be like dead, so it can't open if there's no power. So I guess I'm just going to kind of look around and see if I can't, like, I don't know, plug it in or something, I guess, for like layman's terms.
I think you don't find that among like the tools that have been left by the people at this outpost. You do see Yuhuan's pack is sitting like kind of against the wall, and there is a green glow coming from it.
Yeah, we like the look of that. I'm going to go grab it real quick.
Okay. Yeah, you think for like a half a second, you're like, huh, where's Yuhuan? And then you're quickly like switch gears to what is this glowing thing in your pack? And it's the little device that they picked out of Lorena's ship.
Got it. Cool. Well, can I guess I'm going to inspect it. What exactly is this device looking like? What does it do? I mean, obviously I don't know what it does yet, but
yeah. I'm not gonna like give that away to you, but
yeah.
I mean, it's about the size of like a softball,
okay.
But it's like a cylinder, and it's just got like a kind of like a glowing green strip across the front of it. It looks like it might have like some sort of connectors on the top and the bottom,
like some prongs or something.
Yeah, something akin to a prong.
Got it. Cool. All right. Well, I'm gonna walk this over here and take a look. Is any of the paneling, like, can I pry off any of the paneling? I know there's probably just a roll I should do to kind of fix this problem, but I'm kind of like, I don't know. Is there any like paneling off the side that like is open that I can look into to look at like wiring or anything to try to open this door?
Sure, there's plenty of paneling missing.
Cool. I guess I'm gonna take a look, and I think I'm gonna use. Can I just use unleash power with this thing? And yeah,
that's exactly what this move is designed for.
All right, cool.
You found a device. Cool. You don't know quite what it does, but you're going to attempt to use it for something. And you tell me what that thing is, and then roll, and I tell you whether it succeeds or fails.
Got it. All right, so I'm going to use this device. I'm going to try to see if I can use it as a power source to supply power to the ship to open the door.
Okay. Yeah, I think this is the first time we've used Unleash Power to do exactly what it's supposed to be for, and not as just kind of like a catch-all for weird shit.
I rolled a 9 because I have a negative bonus to lore, so that's great.
So you get to pick 2. Device does exactly what you wanted. Device can be used again. You don't rouse other devices in your environment. You avoid the device's side effects.
We're going to do the device does exactly what I want, and I'm going to be able to use the device again.
Okay. So you will rouse other devices in your environment, and you will not avoid the device's side effects.
Yep.
So this you plug this thing into some sort of like receiver that is roughly the same size and shape as the thing you're holding, and a shockwave of green energy shoots back at you and throws you against the wall. Simultaneously, this shockwave pushes out from this device and turns off all of the lights in the facility.
Okay.
And so you take one harm as you feel the force of this thing blow into your back, or of the wall blow into your back, and then the power is completely off. Your torch like cascades to the floor, but the ship in front of you like whirs to life.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm gonna play it based off the sheet, but now I'm all pissed off. Apparently I'm angry now. So
God damn it,
motherfucker, what was that? What is going on, you Juan, picking up all this shit out of space and expecting it to just work? Like, what the hell is this?
So I will say, Rune, you're walking towards where Samson is in the hangar, and all the lights go dead.
Oh shit. Okay, so I'm probably like not thrilled, not gonna lie. I'm probably like freaking out a little bit.
Yeah. Now that the like whirring of the machinery and stuff in this facility is completely dead, you can hear the storm like peppering the walls outside. It's especially in the hangar, because there's just like a big metal door between you and the outside. It's just like, thundery claps and wind just whipping against the wall.
Okay, so I'm probably gonna like sort of sit down and like cover my ears.
I'm just gonna give a general call out on the comms and be like, hey, sorry, I think that was me. I got the ship working though. Is everybody okay?
Rune, do you respond?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Where are you? Where are you? Where are you?
What are you?
What are you?
How are you?
Oh boy, here we go.
Why are you?
I'll do you one better. Yeah. Why? When are you?
Why are you? When are you? Okay. Where are you right now?
I'm in the room with you.
Oh shit. Okay. So I walk over to my torch and I like start shining it around and see if I can find her.
Yeah. You see Rune kind of just like in the fetal position.
I'm not in the fetal position. I'm just sitting. It's not that dramatic.
Okay, fine.
Oh, man.
Unless you want it to be that dramatic.
The flashing of the light on you in this dark room does remind you a little bit of the headlights from the car.
Of course it does. I'm gonna like kind of scream and be like, oh, Samson! Hi!
Is everything okay?
Yeah, I wanted to show you this.
What is it?
It's like one of the blood samples, but it's weird. It's like the cells are dying and replicating at like crazy rates. I don't know. It's acting really weird. Do you think that Android would like be able to help figure out what's up with it?
I think in between Android and Yuhuan's medical know-how, they might be able to synthesize something, or at least figure out what is going on with this. Kind of sounds like it would be something useful for our friend who is still snoozing up in space. What do you think?
Oh, I totally forgot about him.
I can understand, but this based on what you just described, this actually could be something really helpful for Gregory. So why don't you hang on to that, and we'll see if we can make something of it here. I mean, who knows? We might not get anything from it at all, but, it's better to try than to not, I guess.
All right, so I'm gonna, just go back and keep sort of exploring these blood samples and trying to figure stuff out.
The power's dead.
Oh, yeah! The power's dead. I'm gonna just, find somewhere to sit and watch Samson continue to try to figure... I don't know, I'm gonna follow Samson around. He's got a flashlight.
Yeah. Well, and the ornithopter is giving off some lights here in the hangar now too.
Okay.
Especially as when you open the hangar or the door, the hatch to this thing, there's lights and stuff on the inside that illuminate that cast long shadows in the hangar, but illuminate it a little bit. And you guys, I guess, Rune's gonna hold the torch and your tools and help you work on this ship. And we are going to cut now to Yuhuan, who has just stepped out onto the roof of this facility. The storm is whipping all around you. It's hard to see. It's hard to hear. Your senses are just being completely overloaded. What are you doing?
Yuhuan is looking around and surveying the area. I guess how's it looking? Is it dark? Is it rainy?
You can't see more than a few feet in front of you. The sand is just being kicked around so violently. Every now and then on the horizon, you'll catch the purpley glow of an electric strike. But yeah, as far as if you didn't know where you were, you would be completely lost on this roof.
Okay. Can I hear anything?
You can hear, outside of the just absolutely thundering loud storm, not much, no.
Okay. Alright, so, I guess Yuhuan is gonna look around and pull out the little throat carina thing that I have.
The throat carina, okay, alright.
And
I love the names for everything in this.
I'm going to test it out. So, Yuhan wants to see if they can lure one of those creatures and try to communicate with it.
Okay. So I've got an interesting... You can either go for an Unleash Power move, or maybe find common ground.
I guess I'll have to Unleash Power first.
Sure.
Alright, so that's a 9.
So you get to pick 2.
Device does exactly what I wanted. And... oh god, I don't know if I want to... I feel like I want to avoid the device's side effects, but isn't the side effects of the device what I'm wanting? Okay, I'm gonna device can be used again.
So you will rouse other devices in your environment, and you will not avoid its side effects. So you put this thing to your mouth, you're trying to figure out what the best way to do it is. And you kind of just like, you haven't heard these things a lot. So you play it and it makes a noise, a loud, like piercing noise that shoots through the storm. And you hear return calls, but they're not the same noise that you made. They are like much more ear-splitting and aggressive, and they are coming from every direction.
Okay. I seem to have a response, but it also seems to be very aggressive.
Yeah, I mean, the device did what you wanted. It brought them to you. You can use it again. Good for you.
Okay. Can I use... Okay, I'm going to use it again.
Not before you actually feel the effects of the side effects. You see a Gauzak appear on the roof. It has leapt from somewhere. I mean, you can't tell because the storm is just, it's impossible to see beyond like a few feet in front of you. But this thing is on the roof, and it is like kind of crouched and approaching like a stalking animal, and like its chitinous pincers are just clicking aggressively.
Okay, I turn towards it and take a step back and place a hand on my little pistol thing.
Yeah, its eyes narrow, and then you hear a second one from behind you, blocking the door, the hatch, back down into the facility. And they are circling you.
Okay, I slowly release my pistol. I look around, and I am going to try to defuse by playing the throat karina again.
Are you trying, I'm assuming sway?
Yeah. So, except I have a negative sway. So, so let's see what happens.
You gonna find out.
We're currently in the fucking around portion.
Yeah, and I'm about to find out, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait. It says for intimidation or physical exertion, I can do force. Or for fast talking or misdirection, I can do plus sway. So...
I feel like using a device to talk to a thing is more fast talk or misdirection than it is intimidation.
Oh.
Because rolling plus force on intimidation feels like very much like a physical intimidation. Like,
oh, I didn't know if I could...
Like,
I didn't know if I could, like, try to play an aggressive tone to, like... Or aggressive tune that I might understand as y'all need to back the fuck up.
I do not think so.
Okay. Alright, I'll do the sway. I got a 12, so I guess minus 1 is 11.
Okay. On a 10 plus, the situation is safe unless changed significantly. So you play this tune again. You're kind of like nervous, and it comes out kind of sounding weirder than you would have expected. Kind of like a repeated, almost quack-like noise. But these creatures arch their backs and stand a little taller and just like retreat a bit and kind of watch you. So they have backed off of you and are both just kind of like watching you intently. And now you can, if you would like, attempt to understand their language.
Okay. Okay, so I guess I'm going to... Do I just roll for that, or do I play again to try and coax them into, like, creating a sound for me to hear from my mood?
Narratively, it's whatever. You'll have to make the roll, but we can explain how it works narratively with whatever you want.
So I rolled an 11, so 12. Woo!
So you can now communicate fairly distinctly with these things, and they have a language. They are predators, but they have like an intelligence that you picked up on, like, you know, even from your first interaction with them, and so because of that, you have attempted this maneuver, and it has paid off. So you can communicate with these things.
Okay, let me pull out my throat Karina, and I want to play a tune that suggests I want to challenge their leader in a battle of dominance.
Okay. That would be Find Common Ground.
All right, let's do a Find Common Ground roll. That's a sway. Oh, shit. Yeah. I have negative sway.
Well, you know, just because they can understand what you're saying doesn't mean they like what they hear.
Right. Okay. So I rolled a 9, so minus 1 is 8.
Okay, so they pick 2, and both of these must be met. They'll only do it if you can give them something now that's worth it, and you reveal your full agenda.
Okay. I will play a tune that says, I wish to defeat your leader in combat and gain control privileges. Can I, like, sugarcoat it and say companion instead of subservient?
I mean, it says full agenda.
Okay. Full agenda. I want to challenge your leader for dominance. If I lose, then you can eat me. If I win, then your leader becomes my servant.
Okay. And what are you going to give them now that makes it worth it?
I'm going to do a terrible thing and let one of them inside the compound.
What the All right.
Okay. One of them, like, turns and kind of, like, gets to the ledge of the building and just kind of like a cat just gracefully leaps down and into the storm. The other one sort of like waits expectantly by the hatch.
Okay. Yupan walks over confidently and villainously to the hatch and opens it and points inside.
And it will like slither like a fucking snake into this, or down the hatch and into the facility where your friends are? Question mark? Not on the where they are, but the question mark on the friends for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So, to solve that problem, Yu Huangji, like, frantically calms the rest of the group. Wait, do I have to do a Find Common Ground roll to sound convincing?
No, you could just act it out narratively.
Okay. So Huangji calms the group. Everyone, I was attacked by one of those foul creatures, and it managed to make its way inside. Prepare yourself. And the shuts off communicator.
So you guys are in the dark in a powered down facility, and your companion has just informed you that there is a Gauzek loose.
Okay. That explains where Yuhuan's been.
So not great.
Okay. We need to go find Lorena. If you want to hold the torch, I can carry this rifle here. Get behind me so we can get to her quickly.
I'm gonna do as he says.
Okay.
I'm following orders. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
And I'm just walking around pissed off like, This motherfucker just... What are they doing in the door? Walking around, letting people in, like mumbling to myself the whole time.
Yeah. Okay, so where are you going to go to find Lorena?
Well, I guess I should ask Rune. Where was the last time you saw Lorena? I've been in the hangar this whole time.
Yeah, Rune, when's the last time you saw Lorena? What was she doing?
I'm not even gonna explain. I'm just gonna, like, cover my face and be like, she was in there, and point, like, the direction of the showers.
So following the advice of Rune, you go down the hallway to where the showers are, and you find the door is shut. And you hear from the other side, someone there? Tung, 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 tung. Can you let me out, please? I've been locked in here for about 10 minutes now. Or, not minutes. She wouldn't say minutes. She'd say something else. some imperial measure of time that I haven't thought up of until just now. Or,
Several fast heartbeats.
Yeah.
Yelling from the other side of the door, I said, I managed to turn that ship back on using a device I found in Yuhuan's pack, but apparently while I was installing this thing, it let out a shockwave that shut the power off, and now Yuhuan has been attacked by one of those little nasty things, and it is running around somewhere in here. Is there another exit or any other doors to the room that you're in currently?
No, there's a ventilation shaft above me, but I won't fit in it.
Okay. Part of me wants to just have him stay in there while we go find this thing. But I don't know if those nasty boys can fit in the vents or not.
Oh god, could you imagine her getting trapped in there with it?
No, I could not, and I would be sad if that happened. So let's go ahead and try to figure out how to how to get her out.
I don't want to make you sad. Emotional manipulate me. Okay. Yeah. Oh, she will respond. She's like, What did you put inside of the ornithopter?
It was a big cylinder with a green light on it. It looked like it fit, so I put it in there, and the ship turned on. So I guess it was a battery, right?
That was my surge amplifier, which would explain why it shut all the power down.
Is there... Okay, what do we need to do to get the power back on?
The surge amplifier would have triggered the reset, the facility reset. So essentially you'd have to get back up to the control room and flip the switch again.
Okay. Well, I don't know if we're going to be able to get I'm just going to fiercely assault this here door.
All right. With your hands, gun?
Just the butt of the gun. See if I can get it to open. Like, dented enough where I could, like, maybe get, like, have it caved in enough where I could get, like, my hands in to pry it away.
Okay.
Like, is it a seam in the middle, or is it a seam on the side, I guess?
It's on the side. It's like
side.
It's like a sliding door from the side.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I'm gonna hit it on the side there. Here we go. That is a 10.
Okay, you choose 2, and the GM chooses Uno.
Okay, so my question is, avenue of escape. Would we consider that me opening the door would be the avenue of escape? Or would that be something else?
I think that choosing an option from the list or to define the results of what you want it to happen aren't necessary. Like, if you say, I fiercely assault the door, and you succeed on the roll, you fiercely assault the door.
Got it.
The extra things are, are bonuses.
Bonuses. Okay. Got it. Then we are going to get something valuable and gain a device. And then we're going to get information as well. And get a data.
All right. So, and I choose one. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's loud. You having to break down this door is loud. And you're pretty sure that if one of those Gauzeks is in the facility, you're making enough noise to draw them to you. However, as far as you get your point of data, so that's hunky-dory. And let me see. I have a few devices here. Which one makes the most sense? You break your way in and to this room, and sitting on like one of the benches in this large like shower room is like a canister of some sort of like aerosol, which contains like some type of foam inside of it. It's warm to the touch.
Cool.
See, that's your device.
Warm foam. Very nice.
Warm foam. Feels good.
I like it. Okay. Well, Scooby-Doo style. Let's start making our way to the control room, I guess.
Yeah. It's, you stalking forward with your rifle, pointing it at every shadow. Rune behind you moving the torch, and Lorena just kind of like hovering over you guys. She has put clothes on, by the way, in case anyone is wondering.
Got it.
I assumed.
Got it.
Yeah. In the time that she's been locked in here in the dark, she's managed to find her clothes. I think the shirt's on backwards. Like, she couldn't see in here.
Right.
So the shirt's on backwards, but like she's got pants on and,
Okay, well, since her shirt's on backwards, I'm going to point that out.
She says, right. I really couldn't see which side I was supposed to put okay. I will fix it. Yeah, I'll fix it. And she just like whips the shirt off and turns it around and puts it back on. Yep. And for the second time, Rune, you get a glimpse of
her without a shirt on.
Yeah, her without a shirt on.
Yeah, I'm blushing for sure.
As we're getting hunted by
yeah.
In the dark. Yeah.
In the dark.
No problem.
In the dark.
Sam's
I can't even see that
around.
well, but
Oh, you have a torch. You're the torch controller.
All right.
yeah, that's true. I was probably pointing it right at her.
Yeah.
Sam's just running walking around all grumpy like motherfucker.
Yep. Okay, so the hangar is ahead of you. You hear like a clink as like a wrench or something, a tool, falls.
Okay. Well, I'm immediately going to turn to where the noise came from.
Yeah, I assume Rune follows you with the flashlight, the torch.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you catch just the very end of a slithery tail whip off into the darkness.
Oh, shit.
What the fuck?
Well, looks like we found the thing that we were warned about. We need to make our way to the control room. I don't really want to fight this thing in the dark. I feel like it probably has the advantage. Let's move quickly, please.
I'm going to make you make a diffuse roll for that.
Cool. I will do that.
Because you're definitely in a dangerous situation.
We
requires
are.
De-escalation.
We are, and I am feeling like I'm going to tell everybody to get behind me and take a couple of shots in the dark with the rifle. Oh yeah, that's not going to cut it. Even with my +1, that's only a 5.
Yikes.
No!
Yikes. First failed roll in a while. It's going to be one of those
first
days.
First failed roll of the night.
All right, well, I have a plan.
I'll see how much my hard move breaks your plan.
Okay, I'm ready.
So you take a couple of shots in the dark, making yourself, well, just the most obvious target. And Rune, you see, like, Samson has, like, taken a few steps ahead of you to kind of, like, put some distance between you guys. And from, like, you're just, like, have the torch on him. And you see the Gauzek lightning fast shoot across the torch, like, glow and tackle Samson into the darkness.
Yeah, I scream and drop the torch.
Can I use an ability, a character ability?
Okay.
I'm going to use Holding Back the Tide. When you stand in defense of a person, place, or thing, roll plus steal on a 7 to 9, pick 1, on 10 plus, pick 2. The options are: no harm comes to the thing you defend, you deflect blows raining down on you harmlessly away, and you force the danger back and away.
Okay.
That is better. That's a 10 with a +1. Oh, math is good. We like the math. Schnizzle. All right, so we're gonna deflect the blows raining down on me since he just attacked me, and then I'm gonna force it away as well.
All right, so I feel like you guys kind of like it has closed the distance between you by tackling you, so it is too close for you to shoot it.
Yeah.
As you're like using the gun to basically block incoming attacks, and but you're kind of like rolling on the ground with this thing, somersaulting, and you kind of like, it gets on top of you and you kick it. Greetings, dear listener, from beyond space and time. I am the Game Master. Every episode, I like to take a second to appear, hat in hand, to ask for a little bit of financial support. If you enjoy what we do, please consider becoming a subscriber at patreon.com/roll_warriors. This really is a ton of work that the whole crew puts in for every episode, and your contributions could help make it even better. $5 a month is all it takes to become a patron, and we do have some bonus episodes available for backers and the opportunities to suggest what you would like for us to do for our next bonus episode. I've begun the process of mastering and polishing the vast collection of music from Season 1 of Roll Warriors into something of an album. Now, the final product won't include everything that I composed for the season, but I have selected tracks that I felt could stand alone as music worth listening to. Keep an eye out for more information in the future about the release date and place for this album. I will most likely be creating a deluxe version of the album as a Patreon exclusive, which will include more tracks and perhaps even more goodies, so be sure to subscribe today. If money is tight right now, which I totally get, consider following us on Twitter at Roll Warriors and sharing us with your friends and family. Word of mouth is a really powerful tool, and you could help us out immensely just by getting your friends listening as well. That just about wraps up the ads, so I will let you get back to the episode. You, Juan, is on the roof by yourself. You hear these creatures like calling in the storm, and then a larger version of the Gauzek jumps up, followed by 8 of these other creatures. They're kind of all like circling, and this one is, it's taller. It's got on its shoulder blades, it's got 2 additional like whip tails that shoot off the back, and kind of like, crack in the air in a menacing display. Its mandibles come out another like 6 inches off of its face and look just completely like jagged, sharp points and angles. That this thing is an absolute killing machine, and it approaches you and snarls.
Okay. And what does the snarl mean? Is it a specific snarl?
The snarl says, "You have called for me."
And I pull out my throat Karina and respond, "I have, beast. You belong to me now, as you will soon see."
And it responds, "Big words from a bipedal meat sack."
Since I'm petty, I respond, "This bipedal meat sack will slice you."
All right. What weapon do you have?
I have my pistol.
Okay. All right. So just the pistol then?
Wait, I also have... I don't know if I... Wait, I'm pretty sure I carried it with me. But, like, one of the mandibles from the one that I dissected and took pieces of.
Okay. So you kind of, like... You have to sort of hold it, like, underhanded. You kind of got it out like a stabbing blade as it curves out like a scythe. So you've got that and a pistol, kind of just like standing low, as these things kind of just like circle around you, and not catcall, but like, you know, they're issuing out little insults and things like that, egging on their alpha.
I pull out my throat Karina again and play a tune, exclaiming that you laugh and jeer, but will you be laughing as I kill your master? Better yet, make him my slave.
Okay. Yeah. It lunges at you.
Oh.
All right.
You're in the middle of like,
All right. So, how do I know if I have time to dodge?
You can either attempt to fiercely assault, or you can try to defuse using quick action or endurance or something.
Okay, I'm gonna fiercely assault. So,
Sure.
All right.
It's attacking you. Might as well get a shot.
And I feel like it played right into my hands.
If by playing into your hands you mean a larger, deadlier predator surrounded by its smaller, still equally deadly predators is swarming you, then sure,
well,
yeah. It's in your hands.
Well, all great usurpations need witnesses, right?
Oh my god.
Okay, so I'm gonna do force. I have -1 force, but I mean that's okay.
This is going really well.
Yeah. Well, it's Sui Fangji's plan in the body of Yu Huan, the scientist.
Yeah.
Okay, so I rolled an 11, so 10.
All right, you choose 2 and I choose 1.
Okay, so I'm going to inflict savage, terrifying harm, frightening and dismaying my foes. If I choose my avenue of escape as clear, do I get to choose that avenue or decide what it is, or do you decide what it is?
I would say you can decide what it is, but the avenue of escape is a get out of this situation kind of escape. I will say that you can't like manipulate the words to mean something else.
Okay, can I scavenge something valuable?
Sure.
Okay. What I want to do is inflict savage, terrifying harm by, as he's angrily lost in rage trying to kill me, he very predictably attacks me head on. So I kind of just like wait for him to lunge at me and then slide under him and use my mandible to slice his soft underside, and the thing that I scavenge is some entrails.
Well, I get to tell you the device actually, because it has to be a device with the mechanics of the game. Unless you want something useless, then you can have his entrails.
No. I mean, I don't mind a device. I just want to cut. I just want to savagely cut his underside.
Okay, so you go there, and there is something wrapped around his back leg. Because they've got these things have 6 legs. So wrapped around one of its rear legs is this trio of heavy balls on a cord that's been like coiled around him.
Okay.
And so you kind of like, as you're cutting, notice it and like peel it off of him. You will take harm appropriate to the enemy as you like, roll underneath him. He will like step on you a couple of times, and you will take 2 harm from that.
2 harm? Oh, shit.
He's the big one.
Wait, did I cause it harm by cutting it?
Yeah, you did.
Is he scared yet?
I mean, he looks... This thing looks definitely shaken from the attack. It's still alive. You did not kill it in that single blow. But it is wounded and kind of crouched extremely low to hide the stomach from you.
Okay. Oh no, I'm overwhelmed.
The fact that you're surrounded by all these creatures snarling at you, the storm raging overhead, is just extremely traumatizing to you, and you have a headache.
Yes, and fucking light of my fucking headache, Yuhan snaps back for a second. Fondling, fiddling and fumbling the throat Karina, and tries to play a tune suggesting, like, a break. Hold on, 1 second.
Time out.
Time out.
Yeah. I'm not gonna roll for this because it is Soifang Ji who could speak the language of these creatures.
Oh my god, not Yuan. They don't.
Not Yuan. No. So yeah, you're just like shot out of your like killer persona, and you become the like clever but not a fighter scientist Yuan, and look around, become overwhelmed by the situation, try to play something on this throat Karina, and it like the head one just narrows its eyes and lunges at you again.
In a desperate attempt to not die, I want to do a diffuse roll.
Okay.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is attempt to use those fucking bologs, whatever the hell I took, off that thing's legs to try to wrap it around its mandibles.
Okay. So you're actually, this is not diffuse. This is use unleash power because that's a device.
Okay, then I'm gonna unleash fucking power.
All right. So what are you trying to do with this? Are you just trying to just like tie up its face?
Maybe I'm gonna try and get its legs to like trip it.
Okay.
Okay. I rolled a 5.
No.
Yeah. So.
Yikes.
I'm stressed, okay? I'm stressed.
So you go to throw this bolo thing at the head Gauzek, and it does not connect. The wind picks it up and carries it off in the wrong direction, and the Gauzek leaps forward and, like, with its mandibles, bites you in the chest for another 2 harm. How we doing over there, Yuan? What's the old harm boxes say?
Oh, God. My harm says, I am feverish, and I get another minus, and now I have a -1 lore, fucking debuff.
Oh, wow.
Okay, feverish. I imagine being impaled in the titties by mandibles would make anyone feverish. However, feverish, I feel like, has incited a self-preservation response, and I totally get another headache. I feel like another 2 harm. Okay. So
what doesn't kill you only makes you stronger.
Right. So now what I'm going to try to do is, as I'm staring this thing in the face, impaled by mandibles, my eyes narrow, and I fiercely assault. And what I'm going to try to do is take the mandible that's still in my hand and stab it right in the eye.
Okay.
I rolled a 11. And
-1's a 10.
Yeah, so -1's a 10.
Okay. You get to pick 2, and I pick 1.
Okay. I am going to inflict savage, terrifying harm, frightening and dismaying my foes. And I would like to do that by just jamming that mandible as far as I can into its eye and hopefully get in its brain. I don't know.
Okay. But then you get to pick 1 more.
I want to get information from my foes. Is there some type of weakness that I could discover?
Well, okay, so you'll get a data, like you can spend it as a resource.
That's it?
Yeah, it says you get information from your foes, not necessarily information about them.
Okay, I'm just going to scavenge something valuable then.
Okay. No, so undo the data.
Yeah, sorry y'all, I don't need the data right now.
All right. I will say because you threw the bolo into the wind, it comes back to you.
Ooh, that's my device?
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Well, all right. Now I get to resolve my thing, so
okay.
You'll get your device. Don't worry.
Okay.
So inflicting savage, terrifying harm. Great. What I am going to say will happen with this is the situation is destabilized and chaos will follow, because you do skewer this thing in the brain, and it dies. It crumples, and its mandibles kind of fall out of you as it hits the ground, and the other Gauzaks, they look on in kind of awe and shock, and then they all kind of slink into the storm and retreat, and you are alone on this roof, the dead Gauzak king at your feet.
I guess I stabbed it a little too hard. I really just wanted him to beg for his life and become my slave, but he's dead. Shit happens. Okay, so Fuji just kind of sits on the ground for a second and curses their plan to anger the Gauzak Lord into being sloppy, because it almost killed them, so they had to kill it. And as it sits there, looking at the holes in their chest, I'm sure pouring blood, they kind of just play one last ocarina tune requesting help from any Gauzak brave enough to acknowledge me as its new master, and then just kind of pass out on the roof next to Gauzak Lord's dead body.
You are backed up against the this ornithopter, the little bit of light from it keeping you from total darkness, the torch glancing around wildly looking for this Gauzak hiding in the shadows. Samson, you have the rifle. What are you doing?
I am just kind of scanning right now, kind of aiming back and forth, kind of trying to listen really hard for any sounds. I'd like to try a character move if that's okay. I'm going to try to command it So on a 7 to 9, they have to do it, but they have 3 options. I give you 3 options, which are freeze, get out of there, or attack. On a 10 plus, you get to pick. I choose 2 of those. So hopefully
So I don't pick. You pick.
No, you get to pick which ones.
Oh,
I just
okay.
give you the options. So if on a hit, you get to pick from 3 options. On a 10 plus, I pick 2 of the 3 options for you to choose from.
Oh, gotcha. I feel like, yeah, you've done this differently in the past.
I think I've been reading it, and I think I've been doing it wrong, so I apologize.
That's all right.
Well, I failed anyway, so...
Oh, good. Hard move.
Yeah. This is going really well, folks.
Yeah. So this time, the Gauzak from the shadows jumps at you and is smart enough to, with his mandibles, pry the gun from you and toss it, like, up over his head, before, like, landing on top of you.
How nice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I mean, I guess I'm just gonna...
What is... I'll maybe, like, try to prompt it. So you're, like, you know, you've got your military training. You know that there's one of these things, just the one in here with you that's currently engaged with you.
Yeah.
You've got 2 allies, you know, up and back away from you. And that's kind of like all rushing bullet time through Samson's head. Like, how do I turn the situation to my advantage?
Yeah. I guess what I'm going to do is try to defuse and then ask for assistance this time in case I fail. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Okay. So I am going to try to use physical exertion since it's on me, I guess. So I'm going to use plus force. And that is a 7.
Okay. Are you asking for help, or are you accepting the 7?
Jordan, do you want to help try to level us up to a 10 so we make the situation safe? Or
I absolutely do. That is an 11.
Ooh, nice.
All right.
Yeah,
so
boy.
The situation is safe until changed significantly. What does it look like when Rune comes to assist Samson? Samson is trying to, like, literally throw this thing off of him. So what do you do to help?
I'm probably just gonna, like, quarterback style. Wait, are quarterbacks the one that tackle?
No.
Sports.
Sports ball.
They're the ones that get tackled.
Yeah.
Listen, I just hope both teams have fun. Okay, I'm just gonna linebacker style. They're the ones that tackle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do tackle.
Sweet. I'm just gonna, like, tackle it from the side. Like an idiot.
Okay. So you quarterback style this thing. Linebacker tackle this thing. Football tackle it. Do a football tackle.
I'm football tackling.
Just put
Maybe
your
I even
shoulder
go like,
in.
oh. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do football players do that?
Do they use their mouths to make noise? Yeah, I'm sure they do. So you get in and put your shoulder into the thing and push it off of Samson. And it wiggles out of your grip and kind of dashes off like an adjacent corridor, and you hear its, like, feet disappear, or the sounds of it kind of running away.
All right. Is that the same way we need to go to get to the thing?
No.
Okay.
No. You have to go upstairs.
Okay, we're gonna make a break for it and try to turn. I'm gonna make a break for it and try to turn the lights on real quick.
Okay. All right. Rune, are you following or are you staying put?
I'm gonna go ahead and follow. I'm gonna see if I can help.
Okay. All right. Lorena has picked up Samson's rifle from the ground, and she kind of looks at it, like, distastefully and tosses it at you, Rune.
All right. Well, as I catch it, there's like a force, like it's heavy.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a little pushback. I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this?
I don't know. Use it. If you need to. I think we've established that Rune can handle herself with a weapon. You had a military father. Cool. You had a military father. Gun training was probably part of just growing up.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna, grab it, and I'm kind of just gonna look around.
Okay, Samson. So you book it up the steps, somewhat in the darkness. But Rune's following behind. Like she's got the flashlight like in her mouth with the rifle in her hands. And you get to it's a really dirty flashlight at this point. It's been in two people's mouths. It's been all over the floor. And you get up to the command center and hit the button, or flip a switch, whatever it is, the reset sequence, and the lights kick back on. And then you hear the sounds of the hangar door opening.
Oh, no. God damn it.
And we have, like, the one gun between us, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Does the ship have any weapons on it?
No. It's a it's a transportation vehicle. So, you hear the sounds of the hangar door open and the storm come pouring in.
Great.
Cool.
What do you do?
Awesome. Super excited. I mean, I guess I'm just gonna like run and see if I can get it closed.
Yeah, now we're gonna try to close the door. Lorena's the one who closed it, right?
Originally, yes.
Okay.
You sprint back down, retracing your steps, and you are in this hangar. The sand is just like coming at you from all different angles. The night sky is being lit up by these lightning strikes. You see Lorena has climbed into the ornithopter and shut the door behind her because there are about 4 Gauzeks in the hangar now, kind of circling the ship.
Okay. I'm gonna call to Lorena to turn the ship on.
She says, I mean, I can start it up. I don't know how long it'll run for. This thing hasn't been properly repaired yet.
Do you think it can move laterally side to side?
It would be dangerous to do it in the hangar.
I need you to hover it just a few feet off the ground, like a couple of feet off the ground, and see if you can spook these things out of here.
I get what you're going for with that.
Yeah.
I feel like you'd very quickly kill the ship and everyone in the hangar.
You're probably right.
With a fiery explosion.
That's a terrible idea.
But yeah, so it's not that, but another thing.
But another thing. Shoot, what kind of stuff do we have? That's a good question. What's in that? What's that canister of foam?
It's a device. I've given you the description that you're gonna get. You can attempt to use it, and then you can find out what it does.
Sure. I'm gonna pop a hole in it, like enough, like just a small hole as like a pressure release, and I'm gonna chuck it at the I want to unleash power. Using this thing.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Go for it.
Cool.
You're like, I don't know what the fuck this thing is. Stab.
I don't know what it is. Yeah. That is a 7.
A 7. Okay, so you get to pick 2.
So I just don't feel like, I don't know. This is dumb, but what I want it to do is to stick put a substance on the floor, like slick a substance that makes it like difficult terrain that causes the Gowsek to trip around and slip up, and then Rune can like pick them off because they're sitting still.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then I guess we avoid the side effects of that as well.
So you want it to
does
do exactly what you
what
wanted.
Yes. And then yeah.
You guys don't always have to pick that one, you know.
I know. I
Because
feel
it
like
says even when a device doesn't do what a player wants, rolling a 7+ should still improve their current situation.
yeah,
Just as a reminder.
I know.
Okay. So because there's what you want it to do, and there's what it actually also does. But it will slick the floor. This canister kind of explodes, and this foam expands out, coating the floor. And it's got like this. It's suddenly like a little bit warmer in here, as if the foam is releasing some sort of heat. And then, several Gowseks trip. Obviously, you exploded the canister; it can't be used again.
Yeah.
And you will rouse other devices in your environment. Oh
man.
The ornithopter gets like gunked up with this stuff.
Nice.
And it's like the open paneling is just like there's foam in it now. But yeah, the Gowseks are like tripping over themselves, and they can't move super well.
All right, I am taking the opportunity to start pointing and shooting.
Okay.
And that was that plus force. That was a 9.
A 9. So
So
you get 1, and I get 2.
Okay. I'm gonna go with our avenue of escape is clear. Let's do that.
Makes sense. So you shoot one of these things in the face, and it like kind of shakes it off for a second. I will say that the 2 of them have like attacked the ornithopter and have used their claws and their teeth to like pry the hatch at the back like half open. And Lorena's just like in there screaming. The one that you shot kind of like slips its way towards you and like whips you with a tail, and you'll take 1 harm. And then, so all this is happening. There's slip sliding everywhere. Guns are going off. Lorena's in the ship being, scraped towards by these creatures. And then you hear like a call come out from the storm, like a weird sounding call, like these Gowseks have released, and they all kind of perk up and then leave.
Okay. Wow, that's
Okay.
where'd they go?
What about the other one?
That one takes another couple seconds for that one to just like come screeching from one of the corridors, like slips on the foam a little bit, and then runs out into the storm, leaving you guys alone. And Yuhuan, you have just passed out after making this call, and we see, you don't see, but we see a Gowsek kind of like gently grab the corner of your clothing with their mandible mouth and just like pull you off of the roof. And like the next thing we see is Samson and Rune kind of like looking around like, what the hell just happened? The lights are back on. So you can see everything anymore now, and they see a Gaozek just kind of like backing up while pulling Yu Huan's body towards you, deposits it, and then runs away.
Oh my god.
Lorena's like,
That's...
what just happened?
I run over to Yu Huan and start shaking him, like, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up.
Yeah,
Are you okay? What happened?
Like, you see 2 large gore holes in their chest that are bleeding.
Is there anything we can do? There's like a heal action, isn't there?
Yeah, there's Shake It Off, which when you take cover or put space between you and a threat, heal any minor harm box. So it's just like one of them. But I will say, like, the danger's gone. I mean, you see Lorena like exit the ship and hit the hangar button, and the storm kind of slowly seeps to just the floor as it's coming out from underneath the hangar door, and then you're in a lit facility again. The sand and dust kind of just like billows out for a second and then settles on the ground. And she's like panting. Well, that was a lot.
Can see why this place has been abandoned. This is a nightmare. Yu Huan, are you okay?
Am I awake yet?
Yeah, you can wake up. You can heal one harm box, one minor harm box, as Samson's kind of just like, I don't know, put pressure on you, put a bandage on you or something, to just like, and then just triggered you awake. And who is it that's awake? Is it Yu Huan or Suifunji?
Suifunji, I feel like Yu Huan is very, very traumatized right now. And so Suifunji wakes up, kind of just looks at everyone, and then like emotionlessly states that the creatures will no longer be an issue.
I kind of like stand up and take a step back and say, okay. What happened? Where did you go?
Listening to the wailing cries of these creatures, I got the feeling that they may be speaking some sort of language, so I attempted to communicate. I would be remiss if I did not mention that my ambitions extended beyond that, as I attempted to subjugate and dominate their leader. Things didn't go as planned, so I simply killed the beast. And now...
Well, we just saw one of those things drag you in, plop you down, and then run away. So you went to the roof.
Oh yeah, I called them here.
I see. You sit there and rest up for a second. Don't go anywhere. I'm gonna grab Rune real quick and talk to him.
Sure. Judging by my injuries, I don't think I'll be going anywhere anytime soon.
So I look at Rune and I said, there must be something going on. I don't know what it is, but that is not Yu Huan, the one that I know, that we went through the academy with.
No, there is something going on with them. I can't put my finger on it, but this is more than just some kind of cryo-sleep-induced personality change.
I agree. This, with ambitions and everything, this sounds nothing like the person that I know. I don't know if you're going to support me on this, but I believe that we need to keep them contained until we can figure out what's going on.
Contained? Don't you think that's a little harsh?
Not when there's only 4 of us out here in the middle of space with no help. I don't trust people. I don't trust that enough to stake my life on it, especially when when they threaten us like that.
You're the... Samson's a lieutenant, right?
Well,
Captain
he's
now.
been promoted. Yeah,
Captain
promoted.
now, yeah.
Promoted.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you ever find civilization again, Samson will go back to being a lieutenant. But in the field, right now, he's the captain.
Yeah,
Look
you're
at
you're
I'm the captain now.
you're the captain.
Technically speaking, Gregory is a higher rank than Samson, but because Gregory is indisposed, Samson has filled that captain's role. He has to, because there has to be a captain. And if you were to wake up Gregory, Samson could step down and let Gregory take over, but Gregory wouldn't question Samson's leadership because he was promoted in the time of necessity.
Yeah. Well, shoot. I think this is going to happen. I am going to turn around and attempt, well, I guess Yuhuan's not really going anywhere, but I am going to restrain Yuhuan and put them under arrest.
All right. Do you have some sort of handcuffs, or do you have some sort of restraining device?
Not that I'm aware of. I think I'm just gonna find some cord and tie a restraint, like a restraining knot.
Okay.
And
Kinky.
I'll just say, for threatening this group's mission and for threatening the lives of the people here, I am placing you under arrest, and where your actions will be reviewed by us at a later date once we get back on the ship.
Threaten your lives? I saved you. You would have all been hunted and devoured by those creatures if I didn't dominate their leader.
If you hadn't called them here in the first place, I feel like we would have done better.
Or they would have found another way inside as they did and picked us off one by one.
Regardless of the actions, this is the information that I have, so this is what we're running with right now. We can review this and discuss it later, but right now I don't feel like I can trust you enough with my life or anybody else's, so this is where we're at.
So what Yuhuan's gonna do is... Can I, fiercely assault my shackles and try to escape?
I feel like fiercely assault would be the better one.
Avenue of escape is clear.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Oh. I got a 2.
So, what happens, because no one's coming to your aid on this. So, what happens is Soifeng Ji stands themselves up in the best way they can while everyone is kind of distracted with the ship, and you go over to the sharp corner of one of these work tables and try to cut your cords, and Yuhuan takes the reins for a split second and headbutts the table as hard as they can and knocks themselves unconscious. And everyone looks over and you just see Yuhuan just go boom and fall over.
I am not mad. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Fail forward. We love it.
Yes! That is exactly what Yuhuan would have done too.
Yep. I can't wrestle control for very long, but what I can do is take myself out of the equation. Okay. So, yeah, everyone looks on and that was fucking weird. Lorena was like, is this a normal thing for your species, or?
No, this is, I don't know what that is over there. We're gonna figure it out, though.
Yes, I don't particularly like when people that I'm traveling with attempt to kill me with large beasts. So,
I would agree.
Let's get this ship fixed, shall we?
Right there with you. Maybe you can show me some tips and tricks, and we can do a little bit more maintenance on my own ship.
Sure, I'll give you the ins and outs. and you guys ascend into the ship, and then we do a time-lapse wipey. It is the morning. You guys open the hangar, and like sand just kind of like fills in on the floor as it's like had been piled up on in the hangar on the outside. And it's a nice sunny day. You could see like scorch marks in this ground from where like lightning strikes have happened. And yeah, there's just like sand piled up in dunes and stuff all over the ground. Like everyone kind of like works to push the ornithopter out of the hangar doors, and and Lorena, who's in the cockpit, flicks it to life, and the wings like curl out and start to flutter like a dragonfly. And you take to the sky and open a comm channel to Android. She says, "I've been trying to reach you all night. What's been happening down there?"
We have had an eventful evening, Android. We are headed your way with 3 crewmates plus 1 prisoner. We will talk more about it when we get up there.
Okay. I can assume that this strange energy reading is your ship.
Yes, that is us.
Okay. I will try to meet you in the upper atmosphere. Android out.